This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by the undisputed super lightweight champion Josh Taylor here at the top ranked gym. Sorry, mate, I'll start again, mate. That's right. This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by the undisputed super lightweight champion Josh Taylor here at the top ranked gym in Las Vegas. Josh, firstly, how are you?
I'm all good, big man. How's yourself?
I'm all good. I appreciate you giving up some time today. Obviously, getting your hands wrapped. I've been a bit awkward to do this interview at this time. But yeah, how are things going? Obviously, I know you've got the knee injury. So firstly, just to start off with that, how are things going just with recovery and getting back into the swing of things?
Yeah, everything's going well. Getting physio treatment and rehab stuff done. You know, I got the scan done on my knee last week. So mostly good news, some bad news, but yeah, mostly good news. So we're on the right road to recovery and getting back to full training, so yeah, it's going well.
So just talk to me about kind of that. You mentioned getting back into the swing of things now. How long until you feel like you can get back into like fully into camp mode effectively?
Well, I'm already in it. You know, it's just certain exercises. There's just certain exercises that I'm limited at doing, and limited at running. You know, limited at S&C exercises and stuff, which are the ones that are most important to my preparations for fight. So I'm getting there. You know, I'm getting there. Bit by bit, I'm being able to run a little bit and stuff, and so yeah, it's getting better slowly but surely.
You obviously haven't had the chance to fight back home in Scotland for some time, and I know how much of a dream it is for you to be able to do so with your undisputed title. So the little delay for a few months, how frustrating was it knowing that you've got to wait now till February to be able to do so?
Yeah, although I had a good last year, or a good this year, by becoming undisputed champion, but again it was delayed, so it's been a frustrating couple of years for everybody, I think. You know, not just myself, but you know, I should have become undisputed champion way back in probably March last year, and it was being put back. My first defence got put back against the Kong Song. That got put back. Then my fight with Ramirez got put back, and then it got put back to May. It was meant to be in March, and then it got put back to May. So, and then this one, you know, it was meant to be in December 18th, and it was put back again. So, yeah, in terms of that way, it's been a wee bit frustrating, but it's things that are out of my control, so you can't get too hung up on it. So yeah, it is what it is, really, mate. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm all good, and everything's going well. So aye.
This extra time in between the fights, though, talk to me about what you're doing in terms of preparation for Jack, and how much more of a benefit do you feel it will be just to have an extra few months just to kind of study Jack, because going into this fight you are a heavy favourite, you are expected to win, but Jack is an awkward opponent at the same time. So how much of a benefit do you feel it will be to have an extra few months?
Yeah, I don't think it's the only thing it's benefit me is just getting me fully fit, you know, for being able to train properly. But apart from that, we'd do the same every time, the same preparation, same mindset, getting prepared mentally and physically. So we do the same all the time, really.
Do you think people have overlooked the test that Jack will propose to you come February?
Other people may be looking over it, but I'm not. You know, that's one thing for sure. And one lesson I've learned from other fighters, for both past and present, you can't overlook anybody. So Jack's a good fighter, and I respect Jack, and you know, he's going to be at his best, training his absolute backside off to win this fight. You know, because if he wins this fight, he's creating history himself, becoming the first Englishman to do it. You know, so he's going to be coming in with his A game and determined and fully fit, and want to do this. You know, going to want to take my belts off me. So I am again preparing for a hard fight, a 12 hard round fight, because he's going to be coming and giving it his all. So I am preparing for a hard fight, and that's what I'm doing as always.
Josh, I know you said you can't overlook Jack and you want to stay focused on the task at hand, but we obviously saw a video of yourself and Terence Crawford bumping into each other in this gym. I think it was last night or yesterday rather. Can you just tell me what was said between the pair of you? Was you sizing each other up?
Nah, not really. It was just sort of just saying hello. You know, the first time I met him, just kind of hello and how are you? I said I'm looking forward to his fight on Saturday. he congratulated on me on my fight against Ramirez, and you know, we just kind of talked for a little bit, you know. So yeah, it was good. It was good. His team and that are all good people as well. His coaches and stuff are all pretty cool.
What do you make of his fight this weekend with Shawn Porter?
I think it's a tough fight, and you know, and Porter may well get the win, but I am I'm in Crawford's corner in this one. I think Crawford wins this fight on boxing ability, and his boxing brain and IQ will pull through in the end. I think it will be tough bits for Crawford with the way Porter closes the gap, gets in on your chest and just hits you fucking anywhere. You know, it's around the back of the head, round the hips, round your legs, round your hips, everywhere. You know, he just hits you. If you're there, he'll hit you. He's very crude. He's very, very physically strong. You know, and he's a good boxer as well. You know, his boxing abilities is underestimated as well. So it's a tough fight, and it will be tough times in the fight for Crawford. But I just believe that Crawford's patience and boxing IQ will take over in the end and outmaneuver Porter. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually walks him into a shot.
That fight's been touted for you as one of the potential ones down the line. He was mentioned on the back of a Ramirez win as a possible fight before, obviously, the Jack bout was officially confirmed. Provided he comes through and you come through, Jack, what is your plan moving forward? Is it to look towards 147? Is there anybody at 140 or anyone who could move up from 135 who piques your interest at all?
No, really, I've done it all. I've beat everybody. I've proved I'm the best. You know, you've got Zepeda there as well, but I think that fight's no problems for me. You know, I knock him out actually. He's a good fighter, but I'm a different level. I feel that I'm the best at that weight, at this weight category. I've got nothing left to prove, so the natural progression to move up to 147, I've got new goals and new targets that I want to set, which is become a two-weight world champion.
So it's interesting, obviously, to say that. So I imagine, obviously, success against Jack means you'll vacate your titles, move up, and I take you didn't really read too much into the WBC or mandating rather Jose as your mandatory challenger yesterday.
Listen, we'll see what comes. You know, see what happens. But first of all, we'll see what happens on February 26th. You know, 100% believe I'm winning the fight and winning it well, but you never know until that first bell's rang. So. We need to wait and see what happens there first. And again, even if and when I am successful, it's not in concrete that I'm going to just move straight up to 147. But that's the natural progression, I feel. But we'll come to that bridge we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You know.
Two names which have been linked to you at 140, I want to get your thoughts on. One of them I'm sure you imagine, or you know I'm going to mention, is Teofimo Lopez. He's been very vocal, as is his dad, about a potential bout with yourself. I know you don't class him as undisputed champion, he classes himself as the undisputed champion at lightweight. Is it a fight which you have any interest in, and what do you make of his comments about you and how he said he'd actually come to the UK to fight you?
He's trying to promote himself using my name, and he ain't getting that fight. He can fuck off.
Yeah, keep that short and simple there, Josh. And the other name is Tank Davis. Now, he's a regular champion. Again, I know that isn't recognised as the super champion which you hold that title to, but would you have any interest in facing Gervonta Davis?
Listen, if all the fights... Listen, I'll fight anybody.
Oh, no,
I'll fight anybody. I'm not scared to fight anybody, especially no fucking Teofimo Lopez, who struggled against a featherweight when they started getting going. When I get going and put him back on the ropes, I'll fucking hurt him, really hurt him. So no, I'm not scared to fight anybody. But you know, I don't believe Gervonta Davis's management are going to put him in with any real fighters anytime soon. So no, I'm not interested in Gervonta Davis. But if a fight happens, a fight happens.
And Josh, just final thing I want to get your thoughts on, because I heard you speaking highly of Canelo in your interview just before myself. Yeah. The WBC have approved him moving up to cruiserweight to face Ilunga Makabu sometime next year if that was to go ahead. Just want to get your thoughts on potentially seeing Canelo move all the way up to cruiser from super middle.
Well, he can do it. If anybody can do it, it's him. He's an unbelievable fighter. The talent, his boxing ability is second to none. You know, pound for pound best in the business. and if he does that, you know, calls up, moves up, and wins a title up there as well, it goes down as one of the greatest ever to do it in this generation. So, he's a special fighter, that's for sure.
Josh, I think I'm timing this perfectly as your hands come towards the end of them being wrapped. So I'll leave a final message from you, obviously to those back in the UK who are eager to see you back out, and of course to all comers, all challengers to the undisputed king at super lightweight. What would you like to say to everyone?
Just thank you to everybody for the support. Whether you're for me or against me, it motivates me and drives me. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. You know, if it wasn't for the fans and support, it really would mean nothing. So thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Josh, as always, it's been a pleasure, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Cheers, mate.